Hi Leo, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your February 2021 tarot reading. This is for all Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And if you are new to the channel, I post new readings every Friday and then usually again on Monday or Tuesday. So if a reading doesn't resonate, you can always check back in a couple of days and watch a new reading. You could check a different part of your chart. You could even watch an older reading if the title speaks to you in some way. The readings are sacred divination. They're timeless. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to invite you to join us and become a subscriber. That'll help you to know when any announcements are made on the channel and when new readings are posted too. So let's begin and get the advice for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What does Leo need to know, please? What messages do you have for Leo? All right. So we will do our tarot reading here, then we'll do an Angel Answers Oracle card reading too. All right, your current situation is the Knight of Swords. The immediate influence is the Eight of Cups. Your destiny here is the Nine of Pentacles. You have the Death card in the distant past and the Ten of Wands in the more recent past. You've got the Knight of Pentacles coming towards you. You're represented here by the Star. The person or situation you are dealing with is the Two of Cups. You got the World as your hopes and fears, and the Lovers in the outcome. Oh boy. This is quite something here, isn't it? Now, your clarifiers here, you've got the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. And I feel like what they're trying to tell you with this, in order to have this potential outcome, or, and looking at the possibilities here, they're telling you that you need to have some appreciation, really looking for the positive aspects in things and turning yourself away from anything that really doesn't feel good to you. If there's some, certain situations, and that doesn't mean that we give up on all responsibilities because we don't like them. It just means, like in dealing with people with the Five of Swords, stepping away from conflict, really not participating in anything that just isn't a high vibrational situation. Even if it's people around you that you say, I tend to not feel very good after I'm with them. You may choose some other companions. You have here Scorpio, you've got Gemini, you've got Aquarius. You have all the elements represented, but those signs in particular are all here. So you're on this quest here, and it may feel like you're driven to get deeper meaning, getting into that more spiritual realm. The Knight of Swords is also about communication. So there may have been something that you came across, maybe somebody told you about a book or a documentary or something like that, that kind of lit this fire under you. Now, in terms of a relationship too, there's communication, but there's also, again, the search for deeper meaning with the Eight of Cups, wanting to find something that feels real, that feels like it's, has depth to it, that there's something that's more meaningful. It's not just some superficial kind of a relationship. And so some of you with the Knight of Swords, like I said, have this momentum or almost urgency to your behavior. Like, why are we here? What is our purpose? Who are we? Well, we're really awareness, right? We know that. We're awareness. That's what we are. But, for some of you, that may be a new concept. So continue to be on your quest because you'll get the answers. So your destiny here is the Nine of Pentacles. And she's the single lady card, but that doesn't mean you're destined to be single. It really is more about being comfortable in who you are, she's very proud of her surroundings. She lives in this opulent garden, and it's a beautiful area. It's really like being destined to be surrounded by peace, tranquility, abundance, prosperity. So you're an attraction source, like we all are, but you're attracting these higher level manifestations, and it's loyal people too around you. But I also feel like you are attracting what you are. So you're getting a match to what you are, and you're connecting with that source energy that's love inside of you. Now, I do see definitely a love relationship here. So I don't feel like this is about being single as much as it's about having that self mastery, that knowing who you are and really being comfortable in who you are before you go out and find somebody else. I also feel like too with this, you bring a lot to the table professionally. You have a real eye for things. If it's design, if it's even like you're not in design, but it's like when they go to pick out the new paint for the office, they're asking you what to pick. Things like that. You've got a real eye for detail and you bring a lot of energy to situations. It's like this uplifting energy and people love having you around. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So the distant past, you've got the death card. You may have had an ending to something, but it needed to go. It was an exhausting part of your life. And what happened with this, what it feels like to me at least, is letting go of something that was causing effort. It was like efforting through it, effort manifesting, force manifesting. You know, we talk about David Hawkins periodically, power versus force, and not forcing things into fruition. And so the death card is your higher self. The skeleton represents your higher self telling you to let go. It's transformative energy. It's letting go of any limitations, any limiting beliefs that hold you back, any of those second doubts, any of those second guessing kinds of feelings where you don't move forward because you're still ruminating on something. This allows you to move forward, and it's a new dawn. It's a new beginning for you. So as you let go of this, it is that great paradox of letting go that more comes in, and the more is always better. It's a higher vibrational point of attraction. So in the more recent past, again, you've got this 10 of Wands, and this is a new cycle, but you're close to being home to put this down. So if it was working too much because you've got, there's appreciation for you in that environment, that's coming to a close, but you're going to reap the rewards financially with the Knight and the Page of Pentacles showing up here. But, and of course the 9. But if it was a relationship that needed to end and you ended something, it's really for your best. It was emotionally and mentally exhausting. And I feel like it was very unbalanced. Like you were carrying too much of the responsibility in the relationship for things. And it might not have been financially. It could have been on a more energetic level where they're blaming you for their bad day or taking it out on you because they don't like where they work. That kind of stuff. It's putting that down. It may have even been ending friendships if they were taxing and it's like, God, that person is just a lot to be around and not in a good way. Again, there's an ending with this. So you have new beginnings. You've got the Knight of Pentacles who shows up with an offer. And for some of you, it is money in exchange for all this effort that's here. For others of you, though, it's a relationship that runs the distance. And it may have started off slowly, or if it's beginning, it seems to not, it's not one of those things where you're constantly together and joined at the hip. There's some space here. But I feel like it's almost intentional to be prudent, to be, really looking at things from a mature lens. Like, let's get to know each other. Let's find out who each other is here before we just go getting into a commitment and then trying to find out who the other person is. I listened to something the other day where these people had already had sex and they're having this conversation like, what kind of music do you listen to? And it was the strangest thing. I thought, I think you've done this in a reverse order if you're now trying to find that kind of stuff out. So this is definitely finding out ahead of time what kind of music the person likes. So you're represented. I mean, I could pick up all these really, but I don't know if I can control them, but we could try. You've got really a beautiful energy field here with all 4 of these together. I mean, you're headed into a place of having love for sure and healing, and it's wonderful. I mean, you can't go wrong here. So, and it's a match in a lot of areas of your life. You've got with the Star talk about self-mastery, with the World and the Star here. When we see these unclothed characters, it's all about accepting yourself and loving yourself on that deeper level and really knowing that you're worth it. You're worth it to have wishes fulfilled. The Star card is about connecting with source energy. She rests her foot on the pool of consciousness, the seat of the soul for balance. And she's manifesting by keeping one foot on earth, okay? It's about making your intentions into 3D manifestations. You are manifesting things, but this is positive. This is not, how do I unmanifest this shitstorm I just created? This is like really drawing in all the right people and all the right resources. But it's also a card of being a rebirth, a rejuvenation, taking care of yourself and putting yourself on the list, especially with that 10 of Wands there. I mean, this is really about that, time of healing and restoration after something difficult. Now, I will say too, the Star card, in the order, I want to say, God, this comes before death. No, it comes after, God, maybe it's the Devil. I forget. But anyway, or maybe it's the Tower. Actually, it comes after the Tower. And so it's important because it's all about healing energy, loving energy, and allowing that to flow through you. Sorry, I stammered through that. It took me a second to remember where that is in the 78 cards. So whoever you're attracting is a match. And this person is committed to you. They want a commitment. There's no doubt about it with the Knight of Pentacles and this too. They're not looking anywhere else. This is not somebody who's all over Bumble trying to go out on coffee dates 3 times a day. This is someone who is interested in a serious relationship. And in terms of work too, it's a match. So I mentioned before, you're garnering a lot of respect, especially if you've had to put in a lot of effort because maybe you're short-staffed. It's interesting in this time how many places are trying to find people to work and they can't. But anyway, for you, it also is about having respect in all different areas, love in all different areas, commitment in all different areas. There's a lot of stability in this reading. I also feel like too, we haven't talked about health much, but if you've been through a trying time, you've also got nice stability aspects in terms of rejuvenation in your health and just feeling better, feeling more like yourself, but in a kind of like a brand new way. So with the World, she's the dancer of the tarot, right? She dances in freedom and victory and success. And it is like feeling on top of the world. It's really a card. There's no downside to this. It's a card of self-mastery. It's also a card of travel too. So for some of you with the 9 of Pentacles in the World, if that's your passion, you're definitely headed toward it. Now, it is a card of fulfillment though. So in a new cycle. So it's allowing anything negative from the past to die off and drop off and it's no longer part of your awareness. It's almost like watching a movie, although we do say it's best to manifest through first person eyes. But things are all coming together and working for you, and there's no limits here. So with the Lovers, you've got soulmate energy, and it's guided by Archangel Raphael here. And if there's any kind of obstacles in this relationship, I mean, I really do see it as a match. I don't see much here that would indicate there's anything that you need to work around, but they're just telling you everything will be taken care of. So don't focus on anything small. It'll all work out. But with this, it is a card that suggests a relationship that changes the way you see things. It changes and uplifts you, and it makes your life feel richer and deeper, and there's meaning with this. For some, it can be a choice. It can represent this choice, but generally the choices are positive. The Devil is really more the energy of the shadow aspect and looking at negativity and restriction. This is really about making choices that bring you forward in life and, create a really harmonious energy around you. So, too, with work, I feel like that's also an area where you're creating new opportunities or being offered new opportunities. So there may be a decision there too with work that you've got something new coming in and starting. But it's for your best good. You've got everything here is for your best and highest good, Leo. It's really a nice reading. So let's see what the angels have to say. And we'll get a timeline for Leo. And a yes, no, maybe. So you've got here improving health. We did say that too, right at the end. So if there's any health concerns, all is well. Everything is improving. You're moving past any negative habits too that are in the past. Those are behind you. So if you've had a hard time with that and started to maybe see yourself slide back into it, you're coming back up to it. They tell you it's up to you. So you can have, do, or anything, be anything with this energy. It really is about you creating your own reality. And no need to worry. So there's nothing here that would indicate you should be concerned. Some of the readings have been a little bit bland, I'm going to be honest. They just haven't had as much pop as this one. And they're more about, I feel like, the realities of life and how they unfold. I feel like this has a lot of momentum to it. I shouldn't say bland, that's a little severe, but they just haven't had quite all the major arcana and some of the things that really bring in the vivid nature of reality. So you've got to take action. So move forward, because there's really nothing limiting here. And they give you a yes. So you have no limits on you with this, Leo, and great things are coming for you. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.